Hey, so I'm going to show you guys how to make a lamp like this using little bearings like you'd get in a fidget spinner or skateboard or rollerblades, just basic bearings, and clothesline, coconut oil, and a plate. So let's get started. As you guys know, the weather has been crap here in Dallas. It's been really cold, really snowy. I've actually enjoyed it, so to each their own. But it's been, we've had some power outages, so I looked around and realized I had no candles, and I couldn't get to the store, so I used what I had and figured it out myself. I did watch some YouTube videos and made up my own version of an oil lamp. So here's how I did it. I got pieces of clothesline about 2 inches lengths each, chopped them up, and you want to soak them in the oil before you make the lamp. So definitely drop them in the oil, leave them there for a little while. And then what I did was I folded them in half and shoved them through the bearing. You leave a little bit of it sticking out of the bottom, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so when you put the bearing on the plate, the heat actually sucks the oil up the wick. This is how just standard candles work, or standard lamps, I should say, oil lamps. So they suck the oil up, the heat draws it up. But the reason you want a little bit sticking out at the bottom is because it works better when you have the bearing a little bit tilted. So it's not flat on the plate, it's tilted. It just works better. It seems to like suck up the oil more efficiently, gets a bigger flame. The bigger the wick is sticking out of the top, the bigger your flame is going to be. If it's too big, it doesn't work out. If it's too small, the flame is just really small, sometimes it'll get smoky. Another thing to consider is the different types of oil. I read that a lot of people like to use olive oil, so I actually experimented with olive oil, and I found it to be kind of smoky. I have an air purifier in my room, and it detects when there's like scents or stuff in the air, and it kept activating when I had the olive oil. So my air purifier would crank up. It would go to like the red setting. So when I switched back to coconut oil, that stopped happening, and you can actually see the little bit of smoke when you use olive oil. So I definitely recommend using coconut oil, and it also has no smell. And that's about it. Then you do have to light them on fire. So it's not a quick thing. You do have to hold the flame on the wick for like maybe 10 to 15 seconds. So I actually used dry clothesline, lit that on fire, and used that to light the wicks on fire. I found that to be a little easier. And that's that. So be careful. Fire is dangerous. So I don't recommend you do this if you're a kid. Definitely, I did it on a glass desk. There was no way I could knock stuff over or spill it. It was as safe as I could make it. And after I played around with it for a while, I found a way to set up some stuff above it. And since it is snowing and our water's turned off also, I decided to melt some snow. So I put a bucket of snow on top of this and use it to help melt it a little faster so that I could have some water to wash my dishes. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Be careful. Have fun.